first, let me start off. Let's welcome, I want to welcome Vaidma back for their second interview with the Metal Institute of Thrashology. They've had an interesting month of September, and I want to hear all about it. Tell me about everything from your first shows, the death of your bassist, the first festival you guys played. It's been a killer month.
Yeah, it's been a pretty busy month for us all. It's also very emotional. We're losing a brother, great contact of ours, very big source of inspiration for our music overall. Nevsky Schema is going to be missed. So when we put out that our friend had died, we knew that Nevsky Schema watches the Vaidma, posts everything about it because he's so passionate about music, so he wants to be involved in it all the time.
Sure.
We did it as a prank, and our wonderful fans and friends from all over San Diego took that the wrong way and thought that he actually died. But that was my fault because I probably should have made it a little more ridiculous.
Yeah. that was the original plan, was to make it like super ridiculous and totally unbelievable.
Yeah, but with that being said, it worked because he thought it was funny. But our friends were coming out of everywhere to wish us the best, and I felt completely grateful. And I say that because we did not know we had as much support and influence in the San Diego scene as we do. Yeah. And for that, we will be forever grateful for everyone that takes the time to watch our stuff, stream our music, even talk about us, like giving us any kind of attention, whether it's negative, because there was some negative attention from this little prank that we pulled on our friend. But thank you for talking about us. We really do appreciate it, because even though we lost 12 followers, we gained more. So, yeah. You guys are more than welcome to come back. It'll be all right. It was just a little innocent prank that we played on our friend, and
it was less than innocent.
Yeah,
I was definitely not
innocent. But hey, he's back. He's resurrected. The prodigal son returns.
I make songs about being in the room with a person that you hate the most and beating the fuck out of them. What did you expect from me? What did you expect from me?
Let's keep it real.
Like, we're a deathcore band. You wanted us to be politically correct? No. We're here to make some heavy shit, talk about what no one wants to talk about, and we're not here to cater to anyone. We're here to express ourselves through our art. But if people don't like what we have to say, thank you so much for giving us the time of day, and we wish you the best, because that's all we have nothing but love to give to everybody, and we wish everyone nothing but the best.
But we're also not gonna pull something like that again. We're not gonna lie to our fans anymore. That's
all
not.
Right, so I wanted to ask though. I saw like the city of San Diego posted on your Instagram, and I was like, these dudes, like, San Diego's like backing these guys. That's pretty damn cool when your home city stands up for you.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of those pages around. There's just a lot of people that love to get anything that's going on in San Diego and make it public. I've seen a lot of those people. I try to be careful of who I interact with that calls themselves City of San Diego page. Because there are a lot of scammers out here. I'm yet to verify who these people are, because I haven't been reached out to by City of San Diego. But hey, if you City of San Diego, if you guys want to hear some Vaidma, let me know. We can set something up for sure.
Dude, throw a circle pit in City Hall.
Exactly. I'm not fucking around.
Yeah, let's do it. So how was your festival? The Hammer Fest, I think it was called, right?
Yeah. Oh, dude. I mean, it was a wild day, but overall it was a big success. We had some technical difficulties. Of course, things happened. We didn't expect it to be as hot as it was, so some gear got fried, but we recovered, and the crowd enjoyed it. The people that came out that were also just hanging around the venue also enjoyed it. I thought it was sick. I think the rest of the guys also were like, "Hey, this is a fun time." It was cool.
Yeah. Yeah, the technical difficulties. Some of them are still a little mysterious. Don't know how it happened. We've rehearsed so many times. Everything was set up. We did sound for every other band, so everything was working for every other band. And then we go up, and then it all kind of goes to shit.
Yeah. I just went to
But we
Megadeth last week and they had problems. So I mean, you know, if
it
they could,
happens. There
yeah,
was
it
another
happens
band. There
everywhere.
was another band towards the end that was having some like feedback problems, and they couldn't figure it out. And so there was another band. One of their amps blew out, and then I had to make the switch over, give them one of our tones, and that ended up kind of saving their show. So that was cool. But
Yeah.
it was a really good learning experience. I would say it's our first time doing sound, and there were like 8 bands, so it was a pretty crazy start. But
Yeah.
it went pretty well, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, overall, I was so hyped for the show. I was so ready, and I was completely disappointed that that happened. But I wasn't gonna let my mic cutting out or us coming in late stop me, or us, as a fact. I will scream even though my mic's not on. I will do what I have to do because I'm there to, you know, play some fucking metal. I'm not. I don't need a mic to do my job. I don't care. I'm gonna go as hard as I can because tomorrow is not promised. I'm completely passionate about what I do, and I'm not gonna let something minuscule like that bring me down. No, regardless of what people may have thought about us, or may think and make fun of us or whatever. No, I let me see somebody do that shit. Like I respect anybody that would go on exactly how I did.
Sure. So you
Yeah.
guys were well received and probably made like a bunch of contacts there too.
Oh,
Oh,
for sure.
oh, yeah.
Shout out to our boy Steven Hammer. Oh man, dude, you are the best.
Oh
Thank
yeah,
you so
that
much for
guy's
Hammer
awesome.
Fest.
Yeah.
I got some stuff in the works for that guy. So hopefully next year's even not hopefully, it will be bigger. So
Yeah.
I'll work
So
with
what do
that
you
guy
guys
to be
got?
bigger.
What do you guys got coming up next? You got more shows in the works?
So-
Work new material?
I don't know what I'm allowed to
Stand
say.
by.
All right.
That's we. I'm not gonna go out on a whim here and do the stereotypical crap of
Sure.
big things coming soon, but we definitely are taking a turn for where Vaidma has found its sound. So be ready for that, because I'm certainly ready. I hope everyone matches the energy that we're all going to be bringing coming soon when we come out with this new material, and I hope it's as well received as everything else that we brought forward. So pay attention.
Well, I tell you, the EP In Your Chaos, man, guitar work. I love your vocals. Don't get me wrong, but I'm an aspiring guitar noisemaker, and so like
Oh yeah,
I really enjoy your tones. I think you guys have great guitar work, and it's nice to see you guys just go in and out of subgenres of
dude,
metal.
it's getting better. We're just getting better, and I cannot fathom how much better we've gotten. Go ahead, Barry.
The hardest thing is that like now we have an even better tone, in my opinion, and it kind of just makes me wish like, man, now I want to go back to these songs and put the tones on those songs. So maybe like in the distant future we'll make some like remasters with all the new tones and everything and all these new things, because like I'm still really new to producing, so I don't know everything that there is to know. So
you
I'm learning stuff all the time.
So you not only play guitar, but you produce too.
Mm-hmm.
He's a jack of all trades in the music world. I said it. He is brilliant. Me and Barry me and Barry together. I can't fathom how he's so easy to grasp these concepts. Anything that's thrown at him, he'll find a way to make it work. He pulls things out of the air that I'm like, dude, what were you thinking?
Yeah.
Like, how did you come up with that? Like, that is not normal. But
Yeah.
he just makes magic, and I'm totally grateful to have him in Vaidma. But with that also being said, I feel like sometimes when me and him go back and forth with producing, we come up with some pretty gnarly shit together, because sometimes we criticize each other, and I'm like, I don't like it that way. Maybe we should do it this way, and then we argue.
Dude, that's my favorite part.
Yeah, that's
Come
my
on.
favorite part. And then I'm like, no, we should do it this way. He's like, no, I want to keep it this way. So eventually we come to a compromise, and us compromising has brought you guys almost seven tracks, six.
Wait, we have 6 tracks.
6 tracks. Yeah.
Dang, we lost count this early in. That's not good. No, I'm kidding.
Look, man, I went to public schools. Don't bring math into this shit.
Much other shit to worry about.
But I think the production's great. The mixing, the production, it's all really clean. I'm impressed that I thought you guys hired somebody to do that. I mean, it's really, really top notch.
Yeah, we do everything in house here. It's only going to get crazier as time goes on. I mean, like Rob said, we're not the type of people that are like big things coming, you know. But just really staying on the grind and staying hungry to be better musicians overall. It's going to wield some very, very interesting things, and I think a lot of people are going to like it. So.
Yeah, and like what I've seen so far, like even the clips you guys posted from the festival, shit looks great, man. I mean, you guys have like a good sound, a good look, good stage presence. I mean, that's what people want. So hopefully, you guys just keep grinding it away, and people are gonna come.
Oh yeah, I mean, people these days are, like I always say, they're hungry for good craftsmanship. Like especially for the past like 15 years, like people have had radio bullshit like fed down their throat, for so long, and they're just like, okay, like everything sounds stale, regardless if you're listening to like hardcore and metal or you're listening to pop or whatever. A majority of the like stuff that's up front, it's all processed and shoved down your throat, and they're just hungry for something real, something raw. That's like, oh, like these guys actually like give a fuck. They can really play that. They actually took the time to make it sound that heavy or that perfect, or like giving me that emotion. You know what I mean? Versus it's like, oh, the label says or the or the formula says that we got to do this to be successful, so that's what we're gonna do. It's people are sick of that. It's played out.
Yeah, I've been working with this stoner rock band from Philadelphia that's like the same kind of ethos. Like they mix in all kinds of weird instruments like theremins and water pipes or something. But I don't know what it is, and I don't mean to detract from his art form because the guy can play. But like I like it because it's so different than anything else, and I think that's what draws me to your stuff. Like you guys aren't just straight open string low E just for the effects of heaviness. Like you guys actually like have journeys in your music. You have a great sound, great production, and I think it shows, and I think that's what's going to win people over in the long run.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah, thank you. I had the same thought about it. Like that's why I chose to stay and put my energy in Vaidma. Because like we had a talk previously on the last interview that Vaidma didn't used to be Vaidma. It was something totally different. But when I joined Vaidma, I wanted to stay because I knew immediately that when I joined that I was involved with some competent, very varied musicians that have a lot to bring to the table. So I knew I was definitely in it for sure.
I hope I'm confident. That'd be crazy. I've been doing this long and I'm not competent. Oh no, that'd be a problem.
I've been playing 2 years, man, and I'm terrible. I have no confidence, and I'm okay with it. I just enjoy the journey. So,
just enjoy it, man. Like a lot of it just comes with time. You can't beat the clock, dude. You really got to sit there and put in your 10,000 hours. Like I started playing guitar when the first time I picked it up, I want to say I was like 9. And I kind of took it serious around 11, and then when I was like 14, I was like, okay, this is what I'm going to do with my life. It's like, yeah, that was already like 10 years ago, something like that. Long time.
It's awesome you had that vision at such an early age. I didn't pick it up till I was 42. I'm only 40. I'll be 44 soon. So
it's never too late to learn, man. It's never too late.
I don't even care if I get good. I'm just having fun with the journey,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of journeys, I saw you guys got a new drummer, or you've been working with a drummer.
Yeah. Our boy Aiden, he's originally from a band called More Death. They're out of OB, California.
What's OB?
Very heavy band. You guys should go check out More Death for sure.
Love those guys.
Yeah, they're awesome. Great people to work with overall. They're pretty business. Like, oh man, I love working with those guys. We'll definitely do a show with them again. But yeah, our boy Aiden, he's only 20 years old, but I just saw something in him, and I was like, that guy needs to be playing for us. Like we went to one of their house shows, and we were having such a good time, moshing with all the people in the scene out there in OB. We were mingling, making connections, and I met Aiden before this, but seeing him play that day just totally confirmed it to me that he's got what it takes.
Okay.
So I'm very excited to introduce to the fans and to the people on our next show that we're a complete band now. We're still looking for a bassist, but I think we have the heart of the band where it's supposed to be with this drummer for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened? You never finished then. What happened to Svesky?
So Schema, Nevsky
Skema, I'm
Schema.
sorry, I mispronounced his name.
No,
Good,
no, it's
good.
cool. So Nevsky Schema, he had some obligations to tend to cross country.
Sure.
No,
So-
internationally, he's going to Japan.
Yeah.
Oh.
So he's going to be going overseas. He's going to be getting involved with the scene out there. We wish him all the best. He just couldn't afford to stay in the United States for long because he just had his dreams to follow, and we totally understood that. But we totally support our brother no matter what. And who knows, maybe in the future we might be able to welcome him back with open arms. But for now, we decided that it was necessary.
Maybe we get 2 killer bands out of the deal.
Yeah. Oh, you will for sure. Everywhere he goes, he's gonna ignite something for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere he goes.
I'm always looking for new metal. I'm like an addict. Just give me something.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes so long to come up with the amazing art. So it's like by the time it drops, everybody's feeding for it. I don't know if you noticed that. It's like, all right, for like a year, every band is coming out with a new album. Oh, this big tour is happening. These music videos dropped, and then for like 10 months, nothing. You know what I mean? It's just that's just the nature of it. So by the time you're actually somebody's coming out, you're feeding for it. You're like foaming at the mouth. You're like, oh, give it to me. That's me with Whitechapel. I'll say it, man.
I don't think I've ever listened
Like, oh,
to
we
them.
like that guy.
I love Whitechapel.
I'm going to have to check them out. I never listened to Whitechapel.
Oh,
Dude.
I love Phil Bozeman. Phil Bozeman. Phil
I'm
Bozeman's my
old, so
guy.
I think they're like, I don't think they were like out when I was like in my like, what are they, Metalcore, I think?
They're deathcore.
They're Deathcore. They've been around for almost like 20 years. I want to say maybe even longer than that.
20 years,
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they've been around for a fat minute.
All right, well, yeah, dude. These gutturals on Phil Bozeman are insane. You gotta check it out. I hope to even get to that level one day.
Oh yeah, like I mean, pretty much everybody is gonna take a page from his book, man. Like I mean, everybody has taken pages from that guy's book. He's up there with like Corpse Grinder, like him, Chuck Sherline, and Corpse Grinder are like the top death metal, deathcore influences. You know.
So where did you get your influences in your playing from in both your guitars?
I'll let you handle that first.
Well, I've written basically all of the guitar riffs. Like he has some solos. He changed some stuff up for live to give a little bit of spice, stuff like that. But I wrote mainly all of them, and I kind of like wouldn't be able to tell you where the inspiration. On our last interview, I kind of said that like Tool was a big inspiration for me for like a long time ago, and so like some note choices come from Tool, but I don't know. There's not really a lot of influences. I would say they're like he'll show me a song and he's all like a riff like this would be cool, and so I'll like write something that has the same kind of feel, but then like Vaidma eyes it.
Yeah, it's just like your sound is so different. Like it's really difficult to say like, hey man, like with any band you can always say like, oh, these guys sound like Metallica or these
You
guys
definitely You definitely know when it's very plain. You can just tell.
It's a distinct flavor every time.
And it's nice that like you can just weave in and out of black metal, death metal, thrash metal. Like you can just hit them all. It's great that you guys are both like multi-talented in that aspect.
Yeah, that's like I think that's probably why all of them are so different in a way, is because like there's not a lot of influences that go into all the riffs. It's just kind of like whatever it sounds cool,
Yeah. And you tie it all together with your voice, so it kind of just all flows nicely. You guys are like the complete package.
Whenever I choose a theme of what we're going to he's singing about, construing about anything. I try to put myself in the shoes of my younger self that went through that experience. On top of that, I try to take myself to a place where I live in a box, because I don't ever want to record something and it being half-assed. I want it to be as raw as possible. And I really want to put stuff on the track where people are like, wow, I can actually hear like that feeling. Like you know what I mean? Like
I know exactly what you mean.
Corey Taylor, for instance, like whenever he would like make music or like sad songs, whatever, you could just hear the pain in his voice. Like he would just go to that place. And I totally understand how to do that. So I just want to make sure that whenever we do conversate about, hey, what's the theme of this next song going to be, that I'm at that place, that I take myself there. But I try not to stay there for too long.
So do you find it like therapeutic when you like let it out, like through your?
I for sure. I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, I take my mental health very seriously. I try to take care of myself as much as I can. I'm a busy man. I always have meetings to go to, setting up things for the band, things outside of the band, learning how to cut hair. I'm aspiring to be a jack of all trades, so it's hard to sometimes take care of myself fully. But with that being said, it's definitely, I don't think it's good for me to live in the past too much. But it's starting to become a way of life. So I gotta sometimes remind myself that this is not who I am anymore. This is not what I want to be. That there's new days to come. There's a new person that is going to come forth. So I'm working on my spirituality while comparing myself to my old self. So
hopefully with that new person coming forward, we get some new fucking riffs too. Like, it's all I want is more riffs.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
But I obviously want you to be healthy and in a good mental place too. Like
I'll be all right.
Yeah, I think mental health is very important too, and I hope I hope it can actually. I hope your music and, like you said, putting some pain in your voice maybe could even help out, like a lot of people with their own struggles.
I do this because I wanna save as many people as I can. I want my music to be, like I talked about in the last interview. I want my music to be hope for those out there that don't have hope.
Yeah,
I want them to see that they're not alone.
And that's great that you provide that.
Mm-hmm.
That's why, like, more people need to just listen to your shit. You need more people at your shows and like more people buying your records.
Stream our music, buy merch.
I did see you guys got some cool new merch and some koozies and some badass shirt designs and stuff.
Yeah. Oh no, that I've made some tweaks to them. I've definitely gotten better at getting them out there, getting them more well known. More people are buying them. Like, we thank you guys so much. You don't have no idea how stoked we are that you guys are actually consuming our stuff and showing that you support us. We really appreciate it. But no, we got some new stuff coming. I'm pretty excited to share it with you guys soon.
That's cool, man. And hopefully there's some more shows and festivals coming too.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Sorry, we had an inside joke about the merch. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. It's quite all right. No, I just said hopefully, you're going to be having more shows, getting more fans there to pick up some of this merch.
Oh,
it'd be cool to see a lot of people repping some Vaidma gear.
Yeah, we're going to have a show with this band called Vexum. They hail out of San Diego as well. I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. I saw them once when they were opening for Crypta. They did an amazing job. They're a thrash band, so I'm pretty excited that these guys that I saw open up for one of my favorite bands, that we get to work with them personally.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely excited for that.
You have to tell them to reach out too, just so I can get familiar with their music.
Oh yeah, for sure. Hopefully they see this interview and they can hop on.
Yeah, for sure. I'm looking to grow just as much as you guys are. If there's anything I can help you guys do along the way, I'll try my best to help you out with whatever.
I appreciate that much. You know, I always try to shout your channel out as well. I always try to show love your way so
Yeah,
that
for
more
sure.
people can definitely start working with you.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
and
man.
it's appreciated. Like I'm just trying, sort of like you guys, like I'm just trying to get as many bands grown and discovered as possible because as long as I can keep you guys making more music, then that means I can consume more music. So it's like a whole selfish thing for me. But
I love
it
it.
would be really nice if we like I think the community, like the metal community, whether it's even if it's just into like a niche, is big enough that there's no reason we all can't help each other and just all grow
Yeah.
together. Like that's the best way for the whole metal scene to grow, I think.
My experience with that. So, all right, when I first came to San Diego, I was looking to become a vocalist of a metal band. I got involved with as many people in the scene as I could. I thought, hey, you know, these guys like metal the same way I do, so they must feel the way I do about it. That's not always the case.
Sure.
You still have to be on your P's and Q's about who you let into your bubble, who you let feed on your energy, and who you give your energy to. So definitely as Vaidma, we have all the support for our brothers and other bands, but we're also very selective of who we spend our time on because we're here to succeed. We're here for the fans. We're not here for drama. We're not here to waste our time, especially in such a small place. We're here to lift others up, but if people take from us and aren't giving anything back, we don't have time for them.
Oh, 100% agree. And it's nice too that you guys aren't taking shots at other bands either. That seems to be a very common thing. So
That's not something we have time for.
Honestly, I don't understand how bands is taking shots at other people and not like spending that time in the studio like pumping shit out. It just personally doesn't make sense to me. I'm just like, hey, none of us are like big enough to where we're even like we're not on Metallica level. Like, there's not even a band in San Diego that's like on Lorna Shore level right now. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like, hey, if we would, we our time would be way better spent, you know, recording music, doing shows, and actually like you know putting in the steps to get to that place. So at the point you're talking shit, it would make sense versus you know just running your mouth all the time and not working. And,
We don't.
Yeah.
We don't have the time for that.
Yeah, it's stupid.
We have a job to do. We have people that rely on us, and we're gonna make sure we follow through. I don't have fucking time. I got to make more songs about kicking people's asses and you know depression and shit.
yeah.
I got
It
shit
works.
to do, bro.
But it's much better to like I would rather hear that than like whoever is the latest person to run their mouth off in metal injection about so and so can't play guitar. Like it just gets so old. And so it's so nice to hear that you guys are like a positive influence trying to push, you know, positive energy forward. That's
Oh yeah,
awesome.
like don't get me wrong. We try to be positive, but I'm gonna keep it punk as fuck. Like I'm not gonna take no shit from somebody. So yeah, like I'm about my P's and Q's and shit, but don't think that we're like some you know some motherfuckers that are goody two shoes.
Sure.
We're here to work, but don't people get that shit mixed up too.
Oh yeah,
So
it's pretty funny when it happens.
yeah,
It's pretty funny.
we'll check somebody. We'll check somebody really quick.
You have
business.
to.
We're business.
If you don't nip it in the bud, it just grows to be bigger, you know?
It's like a cancer. You got to
Oh,
get
yeah.
it while it's early.
Yeah. I trust me, I completely understand. And standing up for myself, will say, just got me to finally put my feet under myself and get this channel started and, you know, start doing things that I enjoy. And so I completely understand about checking individuals and standing up for your own rights. So
It's a dog eat dog out.
Oh yeah,
It's dogs are eating each other out here.
Dude,
I tell you
We're
what,
not,
though,
it's not going to be us though. It's not going to be us.
but the pack of dogs you guys roll with seems to have like a vicious ass bite. Those guitar riffs and your vocals are pretty damn extreme. So
Everywhere I go, I try to give people the respect that they deserve, unless I'm shown different. That's it.
yeah, hopefully you're getting a lot of positive feedback from that, you know?
Oh yeah, like I'm definitely open to criticism. I'm not someone that thinks that I know it all. I'm open to a mentor. I'm open to learning more. I'm taking classes. I don't know shit. Even though I've been doing this for a while, I don't know anything. I'm still gonna continue to try to grow, continue to try to improve.
Sure.
I'm still not going to learn music theory though.
You guys, that's my job. That's my job. That's my job. I'm the person who does that. Pretty much, I'll write something, and I'm just like, okay, like show this to me so I can make it make sense to everybody else. Like,
I tell you what, I started getting piano lessons off my 10-year-old daughter because my 10-year-old daughter understands music theory, but I don't. And I'm like, look, kid, you're 10, but I can't get it. Like, you're just beyond me.
dude, it takes so much time, man. Like, it's one of those things. It's like learning alien speech. Like, the average person's definitely not. Like, the average musician doesn't even know music theory. Like, take 10 guitars to line them up. Like, dude, 8 of them don't even know what like anything about music theory.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is either.
I'm looking at these little boxes that have like the number sign. It's a G9 CAD 4, and you're like, get the hell out of here. I lived in Japan for a whole year, and I learned their language easier than I did music theory. So, like, fuck that, you know?
Oh, dude, and that's not even, I mean, like, that's just Western shit that we're, like, talking about here. Like, once you start looking into, like, what the other half of planet Earth does, you're like, oh, my brain hurts.
Yeah, my neighbor plays, and he'll come over and say, like, here's the Stygian Arabic scale. And you're like, what? Like, I'm playing row, row, row your boat.
Exactly.
So I don't need
I just
that.
said that too.
Yeah.
What?
That's pretty much what I'm doing to these guys. I'm like, oh, like, you could do this over that. And they're like, what does that even mean? And I'm like, I got it. I'll take care of it.
When it comes to our conversations about music theory, we'll take suggestions, but we're not really concerned about that. We just play whatever sounds good.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
Just let it rip, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, hey, I hate to cut it short, but we're starting to run out of some time.
Yo, no, that's totally fine, Mike. Thank you for having us. We appreciate it. We'll keep you up to date on anything else that changes, and maybe we can make this happen again.
Awesome. We could do this maybe like once every couple months, once every couple weeks, whatever. I mean, I really enjoy you guys, and like I think this is something we could do more, you know?
Yeah, thank you for, always having our backs and, getting us out there. And we're definitely going to remember this for years to come, So thank you so much for having us on Metal Institute of Thrashology. Have a good night.
Hey, you too. I wish you guys the best of luck.